I'm Dr. Connie. I'm your host of Mind Your Health podcast. I share my unique perspective both as a practitioner and a patient battling autoimmune condition for over 25 years because I had to figure things out on my own, and my education in my practical approach as a patient allows me to truly integrate it so that you can be whole and the burden of sick care is no longer your own burden to carry. And this is what we help you with in this podcast. Welcome to Mind Your Health podcast. Today is all about really talking about the practical functional medicine as a solution for living your best life. You know, I have a lot of training and I've applied a lot of the functional medicine principles into my practice. But time and time again, it all comes down to what I'll be doing with the patient is so much deeper than all the superficial testing, the supplements, and the diets that I place my patients on. So at the core is what I want to talk about. Because if you are able to incorporate foundational elements into your life in a way where it's meaningful for you and it's sustainable, and take a practical approach to living the solution every single day, that's going to stump anything else that you do. Because I believe functional medicine often gets lost in the sea of supplements, extensive tests, and lengthy protocols that overwhelm rather than empower my patients. However, functional medicine's core is practical, actionable solutions that address the root causes or health issues. And today I want to go over a no-nonsense approach to functional medicine that will help you to take control over your health and start living your best life. So step number 1, master the basics. Without these, it doesn't matter what diet I give, what supplements, or what testing I do for my patients. At best, it's going to be a parallel to the conventional approaches that the medications or the conventional medical system, where it's like a problem perpetuating approach, so to speak. So number 1 is sleep. Prioritize consistent, restorative sleep. Go to bed and wake up at the same time daily. Make it a habit. Create a sleep-friendly environment. Make it dark, quiet, free from blue light, and make it be calm. Avoid screens 1 to 2 hours before bedtime and consider blue light blocking devices or strategies like plug your phone away from the bedside so it's nowhere near your head at bedtime. Number 2, hydration. Most people live in a state of chronic dehydration. Drink half of your body weight in ounces of water daily. Add electrolytes if you tend to sweat a lot from working out like I do in hot yoga. Choose the electrolytes without added sugar. And if you're active or sweating often, this is really essential. And number 3, regarding hydration, you want to start your day with a glass of lemon water before coffee or tea. Number 3, nutrition. Food is medicine. Focus on nutrient-dense, whole foods, not processed. Build meals around protein, healthy fats, and fiber. So what is healthy fats? Well, include sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish like salmon and mackerel. Healthy fats support brain function, hormone balance, and overall energy levels, and limit inflammatory fats found in fried and processed foods. Then there's fiber. Fiber is essential for overall health and well-being. It plays a crucial role in maintaining a healthy digestive system, stabilizing blood sugar levels, and reducing the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Soluble fiber found in oats, apples, and legumes helps to slow the digestion, manage cholesterol at healthy levels, and improve gut health by feeding beneficial bacteria. It is a prebiotic. Insoluble fiber in whole grains, vegetables, and seeds aids in maintaining regular bowel movements and preventing constipation. A lot of you guys are constipated or have digestive issues. This is why. Not enough fiber. Aim for at least 25 to 30 grams of fiber daily by including various fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes at every meal. How do you do this? Well, start your day with a high fiber breakfast like oatmeal topped with berries and chia seeds. Add vegetables to every meal, like spinach and eggs or side salad with lunch. Snack on fiber-rich foods like carrots, hummus, or a handful of nuts. And replace refined grains with whole grains like brown rice or quinoa, and experiment with legumes in soups, salads, and stews. You want to also reduce processed foods and added sugars, and eat mindfully. Slow down, chew thoroughly, and listen to your body's hunger cues. Then there's movement. Number 4, find a routine you'll stick with. I personally love yoga because it's low impact and it's something I can grow old with. Aim for at least 30 minutes of movement daily, whether walking, yoga, strength training, or even just simply dancing. Prioritize functional movements that build strength, flexibility, and stability while maintaining posture and alignment. And then you want to break up long periods of sitting with quick stretches or light activity. Stress management. Chronic stress wreaks havoc on your health and on your hormones, as well as your digestive health. So you want to incorporate daily practices like deep breathing, meditation, or even journaling. You want to set boundaries to protect your time and energy and connect with a supportive community or loved ones. Number 6, thoughts as food for the brain. Just as food nourishes the body, remember your thoughts nourish the mind. Positive and empowering thoughts can have ripple effect on your choices, including the food choices and your lifestyle. Practice gratitude daily to shift focus from the stress to abundance, from worry to empowerment. Use affirmations or mindfulness practices to build resilience and clarity. Mindfulness is nothing other than just paying attention at every moment to yourself, your sensations in the body, the messages that your body sends to you, and doing one task at a time. These are going to set you up for healthier decisions. So simple, but most of us aren't willing to do these basic fundamental things, and instead we seek for expensive resolutions, and that doesn't have to be that way. Step number 2 is to assess and address the root causes. Number 1, identify triggers. Keep a journal of track symptoms, or journal to track symptoms: diet, sleep, and stress. Look for patterns and potential triggers like certain foods, lack of sleep, or high stress days. And then you want to keep in mind number 2 is to start small. Focus on one area at a time. For example, if you suspect food sensitivity, try an elimination diet to identify culprits like gluten, dairy, or processed sugars. And then you want to use labs wisely. Basic lab tests often provide significant insights. Test for nutrient deficiencies like vitamin D, B12, and magnesium, and screen for blood sugar imbalances like fasting glucose, HbA1c, and address gut health with a stool test if chronic digestive issues persist. We at Functional Yoga Medicine do stool testing if needed. They are costly, so we don't resort to it as the first line of defense, but I want you to do all the things that I'm explaining here before you go for the more expensive solutions, because that's where we lose ourselves and lose the practicality of maintaining our health. Step number 3, build sustainable habits. Not just habits, but sustainable ones. Number 1 is accountability matters. Work with a coach like myself, practitioner, or a friend to stay on task. Number 2 is to focus on progress, not perfection. Small, consistent changes add up over time to make big impact. Number 3 is to reevaluate regularly. Life changes, and so should your plan. Check in with yourself monthly to assess what's working and what's not. So, practical tools to empower yourself include meal prep. Save time and avoid unhealthy choices by preparing meals in advance. Simple to do. We're starting a 40-day gut reset here on January 5th. It's not too late. The link will be added below. That's something where I teach you how to meal prep and cook simple meals. And then you want to have movement streaks. Commit to moving every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Sleep toolkit. Use tools like blackout curtains, white noise machines, or apps like Calm or Headspace to improve sleep quality. And then set hydration reminders. Set alarms or use a water tracking app to stay hydrated. So things to avoid. Overcomplicating your plan. Stick to the basics like I'm talking about. These are all things you know what to do, you just don't do in lieu of something complicated. Let's not do that next year. Let's stick to the basics and add complexity only when necessary. Becoming supplement dependent. Focus on food first and use supplements to fill the gaps, not as the foundation, which is a mistake in a lot of the functional medicine practices. And another thing is ignoring mental and emotional health. Addressing trauma, managing stress, and finding joy is critical to long-term success. Looking ahead to the new year. So it's all about creating lifelong change and learning the skills now to have an easier life later. Because as we enter the new year, focus on changes that last a lifetime, rather than temporary fixes that keep you stuck in cycles of frustration. This means, number 1, setting realistic and sustainable goals. Instead of crash diets or extreme workouts, aim for gradual improvements you can maintain. Number 2 is to build habits, not restrictions. Habits like eating more vegetables, drinking more water, or walking daily and setting a timer for that are more straightforward to sustain than avoiding entire food groups or overhauling your life overnight. That just never works. And then number 3 is reflecting on your why. Connect your goals to a deeper purpose, like feeling energized for your family, improving your long-term health, or finding joy in daily activities. 4 is giving yourself grace. Change takes time, you guys, and setbacks are part of the process. Focus on progress, not perfection, and celebrate the small wins. Because by prioritizing lifelong habits over quick fixes, you create a foundation for true, lasting health. So the bottom line, functional medicine doesn't have to be complicated or out of reach. It doesn't even have to cost you money. That's what we do at Functional Yoga Medicine every single day. Make it cost-effective, efficient, and easily accessible to you to incorporate in your daily life. By focusing on foundational health practices and addressing root causes, you can create a sustainable, empowering approach to wellness. And starting today, the goal isn't to rely on practitioners or protocols, but to cultivate the tools and habits you need to thrive, not just today, not just next year, but for the rest of your life. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Look out for new content next year. I'm going to get real with you guys next year. I have lots of great plans, and thank you so much. Have a happy new year, you guys, and stay safe. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Mind Your Health podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, we would so much love it and appreciate it if you share it with someone who could benefit as well. as well as to subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts are found. And leave us a review. We would be so grateful, and it helps us to reach more people just like you, so you can become more empowered to enjoy longevity and health. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Dr. Connie Chung. And of course, you can subscribe to this podcast for a new episode every single week. Thank you.